back to another O.C.C. Scrim. I'm your host once again, Trickster, and I am welcomed by Dink and Widow and Loudtrax. Is there anything to add before we begin by you two?
Yeah, serious question. Didn't Trickster just say he was super enthusiastic and everything
Yeah,
that he said?
How
And
dare
then he
you!
comes out with
How
that.
dare you!
He starts off with
I
that.
wanted to be chill. I wanted to be fine, whatever.
Chill, you're on ice. You dead?
You done, boy.
Alright.
You dead? You done?
Alrighty, well thank
Someone
to add on what
mercy.
Trickster says today.
Oh my god.
Welcome everyone here. Thank you guys for coming in early. We are the OCCScrims, sitting here on our second to last week before we finish off with the All-Star game on Saturday. I'm going to be handing it over to the two casters, Dank Monkey and Widow. Their Twitter handles are on the screen, so make sure if you are watching, follow them, because Widow just talks crap the whole time. Trust me, wonderful.
I do. That's all I do. It's
Alright, guys.
bully.
On to you.
All right, Widowfaker, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you? I'm in a good mood. I'm energetic. Get ready for my energy. It's gonna be a lot. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right, maybe Widow should be narrating tonight. She's
Widow
she's
should
on it
not be
tonight.
narrating
She is on it
Almost heard
tonight,
Mumbling.
and I'm excited for this. So right now we have Game of Thrones and Gebaited with our Silver Division. We're gonna start it off on Busan, and let's go ahead and kick it off here. Widow, as far as I heard, sounds like you've got some stats for us.
I do. We're starting on Busan tonight, so let's see. Busan, we haven't seen a Game of Thrones on Busan yet, but we have seen Gebaited, and they do have a 100% win rate on Busan. So we'll see if they'll keep up those stats, or if Horn Beast will drop them down to a 50. See what happens. Or Game of Thrones. Just kidding.
Game of Thrones. All right, so we've got Game of Thrones in the blue and Gebaited in the red tonight, starting off on Busan City Center.
Downtown?
Helix Snake is already resetting his game. Wait, what? Settings got updated? I'm so confused right now. Is this downtown? This is downtown, right?
This is downtown.
City Center is Lijiang, isn't it? Am I dumb?
I do the same thing. It's okay.
It's okay. Downtown. Downtown. Anyway, Game of Thrones running the Rhine Zarya with Darius Fulton on the Rhine, and then coming in with the healing duo of Lucio and Moira with Trippy Ninja and Sway, respectfully. And then Ludicrous and Kagura on the Mei Ashe. We've seen a lot of Ludicrous, pretty big plays, and then seeing a Bastion come out from the side of Gebaited. Am I getting Gebaited?
I don't think
I am. I don't think I am. We're seeing Winston and Hamster with the Lucio Moira with a Bastion and also a Mercy coming in from Alatrin, setting up that Bastion extremely early, trying to get some damage onto Darius Fulton. Darius Fulton takes him out extremely early with that Fire Strike. Alatrin getting the res onto Helix Snake, and it's a brawl up in that top corner from Ludicrous, trying to get that Bastion off of that high ground and out of that fight. Lockness ends up jumping off the map somehow, probably got a little disconnected there. And then Darius Fulton just swinging away on the Carefree Llama, trying to get the charge, and ends up getting my van. Bastion still sitting out top. Helix Snake finally dropping down onto point and gonna put some damage with Darius Fulton. Get a lot of easy damage there with maybe getting Sway here as well. Darius Fulton pushing down on the Helix Snake. Trippy Ninja coming down as well. Darius Fulton takes out Helix Snake as Lockness slams down on Sway. Darius Fulton swinging away, trying to take out the tank. The Helix Snake on the Bastion, and there's just too many people there. It looks like Gebaited may be able to take this first point, but Ludicrous is just holding on as Kagura comes back in and is going to take out Helix Snake. Ludicrous getting bubbled, putting up that wall, just trying to stall as long as possible, not allow for any percentage to come out on the side of Gebaited, and Gebaited is going to take that point first. Widow, take it away. What did you see happen in that?
They really didn't have anything to really handle the Bastion. I mean, they were doing a good job freezing Team at bay, but a hard pocketed Bastion is a hard thing to kill. And when you're not running heavy damage DPS, I mean, Ashe does a lot of damage. She does have ult already, which is going to be huge. But they really needed something to handle the Bastion and dive the Bastion and protect them while they were handling it, but they didn't have that.
Couldn't agree more. We've got an Angry Monkey coming out from Carefree Llama, along with a beat drop coming out from Casual OPSEC. And Bastion getting charged extremely early from Darius Fulton. Carefree Llama getting the kill on Darius Fulton as well. Sway coming out with Coalescence, going to be on point, trying to get some damage out, but too many people right now from Gebaited is going to be collapsing on him, and he might die here. Trippy Ninja jumping around, trying to do something, but getting taken out by Carefree Llama. Pika alone on the point here with 5 members of Gebaited, and it looks like he's going to get pushed out onto the mini and ended up getting killed by Casual OpSec, while Darius Fulton getting picked off by Helix Snake. And that's going to be a huge stagger, along with Kagura going down to Alatrin's Mercy. That's huge. What do you think happened, Widow?
They came in at different times, and once Darius pulled Helix off the point with the oh my gosh, his charge, it left them without any sort of shield. And while, yeah, it was big to get the ulting Bastion off the point, you left your whole team on defenseless and everything else they had. So really couldn't.
All right, big slam coming down from Loch Ness and pinning all of Game of Thrones down in that corner, landing specifically on Darius Fulton, trying to get something off on that Earth Shatter, but doesn't end up picking anybody. We get the Blizzard coming out from Ludicrous, getting 2 frozen inside, but Moira's keeping them all up. May walling off the Moira, trying to negate that healing, while Widowmaker, Helix Snake on the Widowmaker is sitting up top, ends up taking out Pika. Loch Ness trying to slam, but doesn't get anything. Helix Snake taking out Ludicrous, and this is looking pretty good for Gebaited right now, as we got the Winston and Moira going against 3 now on the side of Game of Thrones, and Alatrin is coming in for the res and is going to end up getting it off onto Carefree Llama. Darius Fulton and Kagura, the only two on this point, and Kagura getting Alatrin with the Pulse Bomb. That's huge for her, but not going to be quite enough, it doesn't look like. Kagura is kind of just trying to stall here as the team comes back. Ludicrous getting picked off extremely early, and Kagura finally falling with Pika getting picked off there. Carefree Llama getting 2, getting my van picking up 1, and there's only 2 on point for the side of Game of Thrones, and Trippy Ninja is the last alive, while getting absolutely destroyed by Helix Snake sitting up on that high ground. Widow, what do you think that Game of Thrones needs to do to come back on this?
They're definitely going to want to try and contest Helix as quickly as possible. Helix is a very strong DPS, and he wasn't really countered on anything he was playing. When he was playing Bastion, he wasn't countered. When he was playing Widow, he wasn't countered. They had a Tracer, and the Tracer could kind of help with that, but the Tracer has to get up in Widow's face, and you can't really do that when Widow's able to hook around and everything. So they were kind of just running quick things to get back, which was smart, and Kagura was doing a great job running around and keeping that point alive as long as he could, but it wasn't enough. They were one at a time coming in and just getting killed. So they're going to need to run as a really strong, solid unit. It looks like they're going to be on kind of a regular, typical 2-2-2 comp, which might work out.
And another big problem there was Kagura had to stall the point while he was the only one left alive, so the Widowmaker was just kind of left to run free. But now we have Helix Snake on the Reaper trying to get behind the back lines there. Loch Ness getting the slam down, but doesn't really do a whole lot. Darius Fulton taking off a Casual OpSec on the Lucio extremely early, and Darius Fulton just swinging away into that team. Trippy Ninja just running around, doing the best he can. Alatrin getting the res on Casual OpSec. Kagura taking out Alatrin extremely fast off of that res. And that's going to be huge for them. Game of Thrones is the only ones contesting point right now, and they're going to get the early take with Trippy Ninja and Kagura kind of fighting off the team up top. Loch Ness slamming down and getting 2 hits on that, with the rest of the team of Gebaited coming down now, trying to take some people out. Ludicrous taking out Loch Ness, Carefree Llama taking out Sway, Darius Fulton swinging away on point again, getting that hammer down already, getting 3 down on that, pinning down Casual OpSec. Helix Snake taking out Ludicrous. Helix Snake's going to be running this point for just a minute while Darius Fulton goes down to him. And Pika is going to get bullied off, maybe get bullied off this map by the ulting monkey. Alatrin picking up Casual OpSec. Carefree Llama getting Pika there with the Primal Rage, knocking him off of the map. Kagura trying to contest, but it looks like this is going to be in the favor of Gebaited. Right now, Game of Thrones just trying to keep as much percentage as possible. Darius Fulton coming in with a big pin on the Casual OpSec. That might get res, but it may not. Darius Fulton looking to fall extremely fast here. Does fall to Carefree Llama, and Pika trying to come in and contest. They're already at 50%, and there hasn't been a whole lot of give from the side of Game of Thrones. Ludicrous coming out with the Ludicrous and Helix Snake both coming out with the Death Blossom, but Helix Snake is triple the amount that who was that? Ludicrous. Anyway, Helix Snake picking up Sway, and that's gonna about do it for that fight as Gebaited takes it away.
Game of Thrones kind of separated themselves from the beginning. They had Sway, their main healer, down on point, while the rest of them were still fighting up top, so they kind of began to stagger very slowly. And it really kind of screwed them in the end, but I really want to compliment Kagura. Kagura's doing a good job. That point probably should have been lost 30% ago, and Kagura kept that alive almost single-handedly.
I definitely agree with that, but big slam coming out from Darius Fulton, almost getting casual offsec, but the beat dropped right before he gets charged. Casual offsec trying to move that Reinhardt away from Helix Snake, and does do so as the Angry Monkey comes back out from Carefree Llama, and the big grab getting 3, and there's the Pulse Bomb getting 2, getting Alatrin and Casual offsec. That's 2 picks from the Pulse Bomb. Ludicrous taking out Helix Snake, and this is looking pretty good for the side of Game of Thrones right now as the pin comes out but misses, and the big slam onto Carefree Llama is going to get him taken out, and this is going to be another point takeover from Game of Thrones.
That was a really good job. The grab didn't really need everyone to be paying attention to it at once. So Kagura got in there, threw a pulse bomb in, Zarya did what she needed to do, and they got the picks needed while the rest of the point capped. They separated the team, but it was a kind of a tactical separation.
I definitely couldn't have said that better. It was exactly what needed to happen, and it happened extremely well. Helix Snake maybe looking for the Death Blossom here. Ludicrous pops in and gets Alatrin, but we saw what happened last time as the beat drop comes out from Trippy Ninja. Now they kind of have to wait that out, try to do as much damage as possible. Lockness flying up, gonna try to slam. Doesn't. Darius Fulton ends up taking Reinhardt out of the fight and swinging away as Kagura gets 2 and Sway gets 2 with the Coalescence, and that's going to be our point 2 going to the side of Game of Thrones. What did you see in that fight that they really turned around? Because they were playing extremely different than they were on the first point.
They were just playing more coordinated. I shouldn't even say coordinated as much smarter. They were kind of separating in the beginning, and it kind of did screw them and make them lose point initially after they gained their 60%, but after that they kind of were smarter at the way they were separating. You know, they left the Zarya and the Tracer up there, they're in a grab, no one really needs to stay there and pay attention to the grab, they're in the grab, throw the Pulse Bomb in there, separate, it's 2 easy picks. At that point, yeah, but then they were on point, they already capped it, they were getting percentage, it was really smart. But Kagura was doing an amazing job. Switching over to that Pharaoh, they had nothing to contest, they weren't going to swap at, 80%. To handle a Pharaoh, so it was really smart to get in there and hit them with the DPS they were not ready to handle.
Especially Game of Thrones getting that early takeover on that point, it was just huge for them getting that early percentage.
Yep, and that Mercy kill originally, even though it was only 1 person with that ult, it was a big kill. They had no mercy. They had nothing.
Alright, but now we got Carefree Llama coming in, swinging away on Darius Fulton. Darius Fulton gets purpled and looks like he might fall here. Does fall to Carefree Llama. Ludicrous in the backline taking out Casual OPSEC, then taking out Carefree Llama. Ludicrous is just walking all over this team as he takes out Alatrin Zarya. Seeing Alatrin top off to the Zarya from the Mercy here, and Ludicrous, Pika taking out Loch Ness, and this is looking like it's going in the way of Game of Thrones as they do end up capping the point, and Moira may get staggered here as it's not looking too good for getting my van. Widow, what'd you see in that fight?
Ludicrous was getting really good picks. He was in their backline. They kind of were just ignoring him. They were just letting him be there. So he got really big initial picks and kind of turned the tide of the fight before it even really began. So really smart, really good plays. They're going to swap McCree, though, against Kagura. We'll see how that does.
It's definitely a good call, and Helix Snake is probably the one to run, probably a good one to run it here. But now we have Darius Fulton getting purpled again and gonna go down extremely early to Alatrin as he runs into the whole enemy team of Gebaited, and Helix Snakes take out Kagura extremely early, and Gebaited comes out with a Pharaoh of their own from Loch Ness, taking out Carefree Llama, taking out Ludicrous and Trippy Ninja, and they're just gonna roll through that point as Loch Ness takes out Sway, and Get My Van takes out the Diva.
Absolutely. Game of Thrones is probably going to want to swap off to their own Ana and Zarya for sure. The Diva's not really going to get any good use right here. It will help with the Pharaoh a little bit, but they're going to want to hit scan of their own. They're going to want to swap off the Reaper. And the Zarya will be able to help Ryan out with those antis. She'll cleanse it right off him with the bubble. That's a big issue right now.
Gebaited, hold on, just a little bit aggressive, and Helix Snake coming in with the High Noon, getting Ludicrous is right after Ludicrous picks off Loch Ness. Carefree Llama running around on this point, trying to pick off Sway, but Trippy Ninja's jumping up on top of that drum, getting heals, getting the contest out, and not really doing a whole lot else, but Helix Snake getting one, Carefree Llama taking out Sway, as Sway and Pika also take out one of each of their own. And there's the barrage coming out from Kagura, but it doesn't look like it's going to pick anybody up as Carefree Llama's shield takes a beating, but Darius Fulton getting the big slam, taking out Carefree Llama and Kagura getting Alatrin as Getting My Van gets staggered by Kagura on the Pharah. Widow, go ahead and take it away.
Farah's a little funky here, just that there's not a lot of great places to be without a DPS being able to kind of peek you and kill you. It's a lot of enclosed areas with a lot of weird, like the height of this map is awkward. Flanking Farah is concerning, I'm watching that happen. But just really smart picks in the beginning. Trippy was really bouncing around there, holding and contesting them, and it gave enough time for the team to get in and do what they needed to do.
Oh, Darius Fulton pinning Carefree Llama out of his ult, and Pika getting a huge 3K bomb, getting Lockness, Alatrin, and Getting My Van right before Darius Fulton taking out 2 of his own, getting the Fire Strike, and then taking out Casual ObSec on the Ana. That was a huge bomb, just placed so well, and the charge from Darius Fulton taking out that shield. Go ahead and take it away, Widow.
Absolutely, that bomb just won them the fight. Easy peasy, no explanation needed. The bomb just placed as it needed to be, and it was taken really easily.
For sure, and the Graviton coming out from Gebaited as Carefree Llama jumps onto that point, trying to do something to Ludicrous, taking out 2, Kagura getting 1, and this is not looking so good. Actually, they're about even right now as Carefree Llama is swinging away on that point, but we have Casual ObSec's Ana not looking so hot right now, and then the sound barrier comes out from the side of Game of Throws, and trying to beat everyone away off of that point, but not able to do anything on the game side of Gebaited as Game of Throws walks away with our map 1 on Busan.
The matching Kagura Pika finishes.
I love it.
Oh hey, look, a sway play. A sway play.
Play the game.
Can that be the hashtag? Sway plays?
Sway plays. Isn't that his Twitch channel?
Maybe?
I think it is, actually. Getting 1 and getting 2. Oh, nope, not quite get 2. I'm sorry, Sway, I apologize. I didn't know. I didn't know. Oh. No, it's more awkward. Anyway.
Game of Thrones is doing a really good job with the contesting and kind of bouncing around and getting their team in there. They were 1 or 2 people on point, like Kagura and Trippy Ninja. Trippy Ninja was just wall riding that drum for like 8 seconds while his team was able to get in there and get back in and re-engage and therefore take over. And then the same thing, Kagura was doing the same thing on the first map, just bouncing around point, getting that extra percentage. So they were doing a really smart job that way. They were playing characters that were really evasive and kind of dancing around them. So that's why Game of Thrones won that one. They were doing a really good job of contesting the point for longer, getting themselves extra percentage that they shouldn't necessarily have gotten. Just playing really smart to win the fight, less by making big plays and really just using their time wisely. So that was a really good move on their part for sure.
I definitely have to agree with that. And Darius Fulton's Reinhardt play was pretty aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't 100% sure that it was going to work out for them because he was getting picked off pretty early, but they ended up making it work. And honestly, I have to give that to just the whole team of Game of Thrones in general, knowing that you have your Reinhardt down and having to play just a little bit more conservative, but able to take those fights anyway. They were just playing fantastically. Gebaited on the other side, playing extremely well as well. And but it looks like we are going to go into our assault map, and that's going to be Volsky Industries for our second map tonight. Widow, do you have anything to throw out before we start this up?
Gebaited has a 50% win rate on Volskaya, whereas Game of Thrones has a 100% win rate. So we'll see what happens here. You know, Game of Thrones is a newer team, so those percentages might be a little different or off, depending on, you know, how many games Gebaited has played versus Game of Thrones. But we'll see. I mean, Game of Thrones just pulled Gebaited's win rate down on Busan and got them up to 100. So we'll see what happens. These statistics were supplied by Captain Jack, doing a good job doing statistic things. But yeah, they're helping us kind of point out like how teams have done on maps. Like, you know, some teams have good maps, they have bad maps. Like, I know every time I play Blizzard World, I want to die, but I win every time. So, you know, you have good maps, you have bad maps. So this is Game of Thrones' good map, and it's Gebaited's here and there map.
And that's a new thing that we've started doing now is the statistics. Captain Jack has a team working on all of those for the interest of all of our viewers. And honestly, I really love that we have that now.
I agree, yeah. Oh, yes.
Volley and Hip Hip Jorge have been helping out with that. As far as I know, quite a bit. And I believe Hip Hip has been working on the golds, if I'm not mistaken there. and then Bali has been working on, I assume, the diamonds. So definitely great job by the three of them. There may be more involved. I'm not 100% sure. But we are on Volskaya Industries now, and we are going to see Game of Thrones defending first with the Ryan Zarya, Lucio, Ana, Ashe, and the Mei again. We're going to see that Mei again. I really like that. And then Gebaited
They're
with
holding
the
bar.
Winston Diva, Moira, Zen, and a Tracer and a Widow. The Widow is going to be really good here for how far back Game of Thrones is holding. And Carefree Llama able to get on that point extremely early, but does end up getting purple, and he is not in a good spot in that room. But Helix Snake's taking out Kagura, and Casual Obstack taking out Swag extremely early. Kagura getting the Dynamite onto Casual Obstack, and that's going to be a huge pick for them as Kagura gets another onto Carefree Llama. It's now a 4v4 fight as Ludacris is starting to push up on Helix Snake, getting the freeze and getting the headshot down as Loch Ness takes out Darius Volt. This is looking a little shaky on both sides. It's a 3v3 right now on this point as Game of Thrones takes out one, and Loch Ness and who is that? Getting my van, jumping around like crazy. Can't really see the names. Moira fades and jumping around however she feels. But right now, Sway and Kagura both coming back in as Loch Ness goes for the hard reset. Game of Thrones held that extremely well. What do you think, Widow?
I think, honestly, Kagura's Dynamite set them on fire. It's such a big ability, and it does so much damage and for a prolonged amount of time. Your healers can heal it, but it is doing like 95 damage in a couple seconds. So it is really kind of a scary thing. So those two picks on two big players were really great. They didn't have their Zen, they didn't have their Winston. So it seemed like a lost fight because they had lost people, but it ended up being a one fight.
Darius Fulton get that extremely early pin onto Casual Obstack, and Helix Snake, oh, the double Tracer Bomb coming out onto Pika and Trippy Ninja, not Nixtra. I don't know what that was, but Ludacris throwing out the Blizzard, getting everybody off of that point and trying to just stall it out for a little bit so his team can get back as the rest of Gebaited is rolling on in, and Helix Snake got a big punch there. But I think the biggest thing right there was Darius Fulton going for that slam, and that Winston bubble came out right perfect time. Good job, Carefree Llama.
The bubble was actually out before the slam. I think.
Was it?
But yeah, it was actually a little broken. I think he was just hoping it would break in time for the slam. But I am kind of disappointed Ludacris threw Mail there. Mail would be something really big to use later on in the fight. It was kind of wasted, but I'm sure he'll charge another one really quickly. Thanks for the
Hot
sub, Hot
Pocket coming out with the sub right now on our Twitch channel, and obviously you're all watching on our Twitch channel, so I didn't really need to mention that. But either way, Game of Thrones on the defense still here as
big sleep!
ooh, sleep onto Helix Snake, and that could be huge with Kagura and Sway in the back line coming out with the sound barrier from the Lucio on the side of Game of Thrones as the Diva Bomb drops into the point coming out from ooh, and Alisharin gets Trippy Ninja, Casual Offsec picking up Pika, and this is looking pretty good for the side of Gebaited right now. Bob coming out for the side of Game of Thrones is beating away on that bubble as everybody is purple. Alitrin taking out Ludacris with Loch Ness, finishing Kagura, and now just Bob and Sway on point with the Coalescence coming out from Getting My Van as Darius Fulton comes back to contest and shatters into that bubble again. It looks like he got pooped out of it just in time. The Transcendence coming out from Casual Offset is going to save his entire team inside of that Graviton. Ludacris is the last one on point for the side of Game of Thrones as Kagura gets bullied out by Helix Snake, Casual Offset, and Carefree Llama picking up one apiece, and Loch Ness finishing up, getting Sway before he's able to contest. And Darius Fulton's going to be able to get there just in the nick of time before this finishes off, and getting it taken out extremely early. Now Trippy Ninja on the point, Getting My Van taking him out. Pika coming in on the Wrecking Ball, and he may go spin to win here as he's trying to hold on to the point for just enough time for Game of Thrones to get back in here, and it's working out pretty well. Team-making Alitrin with that spin to win, and getting everybody on the side of Gebaited off of that point, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough as Darius Fulton finally comes back in. Kagura and Trippy Ninja, but Kagura gets picked out, and so does Sway. Trippy Ninja is the only one alone on this point right now, and that's going to be point 2 on our round 1, going to the side of Gebaited with a 2-0 to start off the second round. Widow, take it away.
So much has happened there. Honestly, Game of Thrones needed to play some harder counters there. They were running the Mei. The Mei was great for a while, but again, that freeze came out super early to kind of contest point for no reason, and it didn't really work out. It wasn't gonna stall point long enough for anyone to get back, unfortunately. That would have been big, would have won them a fight, would have given them time to kind of reset, but they were kind of just staggering in there one by one and holding that as long as they could. But they should have come back in with the Brigitte much earlier than they did. The Brigitte would have really helped out there. McCree would have really helped out there. It took them too long to change to counters to anything. But we'll see what happens here. They still did hold it for a fair amount of time, and I'm sure they'll be able to make their own good pushes. But it seems like Gebaited's playing a lot more aggressive than they were on Busan. They just kind of were like, you know what, you beat us there, but that's your only win for the night. Get ready, because we're coming in, and they're just coming in like a wrecking ball. But also, Pika Spin Win is my, was it Pika? Yeah, Pika Spin Win is my favorite thing. I love Spin Win. It's the most ridiculous thing on the face of the earth, but it's so funny. But it stalled that point for a long time. It was a good job, really good job.
It really did. It allowed his whole team to get back, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to take back over. And now we see Helix Snake coming out on that Genji. We know him for those Helix blades. Let's see if he can pull him out here tonight to save this point and hopefully not get pushed back to the second one. At least that's what Gebaited hoped before. But you know, Game of Thrones is ready to fight as Pika comes out on that Diva, and now they have a pharmacy with Kagura and Trippy Ninja. Darius Fulton still on that Reinhardt. We see Ludacris on the Junkrat and Sway throwing out that damage orb early on the Mercy, and it looks like Game of Thrones or Gebaited is going to hold that same back corner that Game of Thrones did. I don't know if I like that call.
I don't like this corner at all. It's very weird. It's like, yeah, you can get high ground and everything, but it's like a weird place to hold.
Darius Fulton coming in. It looks like he may be the only one there. Getting taken out extremely early from Casual Offset. Carefree Llama shocking away onto Pika, but Trippy Ninja getting the res onto Darius Fulton. That's going to be huge for them as Ludacris takes out Loch Ness and Carefree Llama taking out Trippy Ninja right after the res. Darius Fulton taking out Zenyatta. Casual Offset Zenyatta. Pika getting the D-Mech onto Alitrin, and that's pretty big, but not going to be quite enough, doesn't look like. Pika taking out Helix Snake, and it may now be enough as we only have Carefree Llama and getting my van onto that point. Carefree Llama's going to do a lot of healing while Getting my van's going to do a lot of healing as Carefree Llama is zapping away as Loch Ness comes back in with Kagura, the only one holding on to that point, trying to do everything he can with Ludacris finally coming back in on the Junkrat, taking out Getting My Van. Trippy Ninja taking out, or rezzing the Diva on his team. Ludacris is doing all the damage that he can with Darius Fulton now back on that point, looking at D-Mech Alitrin, and there's the bomb coming out from Game of Thrones and doesn't get anybody but Casual Offset getting Ludacris, and there's the Helix Blade looking to pick somebody up, but it's not sure if he's going to be able to do it. Takes out Kagura, and it's just one from that. Kagura getting Loch Ness, and there's another bomb going for the mech reset from Alitrin as Trippy Ninja gets the res on a Kagura, and he's going to have to get up high to save Trippy Ninja. Alitrin going after that Diva, and this is looking pretty good for the side of Gebaited, but maybe not as Sway and Kagura both get one respectively. Alitrin picking away on display. Kagura and Trippy Ninja raining down from above, and Alitrin might be in trouble here. It's a 5v1 on this point, and Alitrin gets D-Mech as Loch Ness is thinking about coming in, and so is Casual Offset, but it's not a good idea for them right now. Darius Fulton holding that corner, and that's going to be about it, unless, ooh, Loch Ness is coming back in to recontest, but I'm not sure about that call. They may be coming back in hard from the team of Gebaited, popping out that Transcendence, coming in with the Winston jump. Carefree Llama throwing down that shield. Ooh, Pulse Bomb lands on Pika as Tire comes out from Ludacris, getting my Van and Casual Offset. Darius Fulton swinging away, and Ludacris getting one with the trap. Gora picking up Carefree Llama. Widow, what happened there?
They kept, okay, so when you get running a Genji into a Pharah is hard. It's so bad. You can't properly hit her all the time. It's a hit scan, and Genji's not a hit scan, it's projectile. It's just really hard, but you know, when you would get picked, you would come back as Genji again. So you would really come back as something like a soldier, run back. They weren't really contesting Pharah at all. But now they have a Bastion. It should be fun.
See the Helix Snake coming out on this Bastion with the big old golden gun on his back and on his right arm, flaring out that he is a Bastion main. One trick Bastion, but not really, because he plays Genji as well. We saw the Coalescence just get popped out by Game of Thrones, and that's going to be pretty big as they didn't really push onto that. Trippy Ninja is 1 health right now. Darius Fulton and Pika both having ult gear, and that slam bomb combo could be huge with Getting My Van being the only ultimate online, with Alitrin almost getting bomb here. But it's going to take all their coordination possible to land that bomb. Doesn't look like Game of Thrones really wants to push in right here to that Bastion. Maybe that's a sign for Ludacris to go around and get some free damage on him. But Kagura getting the kill there on Helix Snake, and that's going to be their time to push. Darius Fulton is going to go for the charge. Not quite getting Casual OpSec, but getting in there. And Pika getting 2. Carefree Llama and Casual OpSec with that bomb, and Ludacris taking out Loch Ness with the mine. Alatrin, the only one standing on that point, and maybe just getting melted away as the bomb comes out and doesn't actually pick up anybody, but she will get that remake, and that's huge because Darius Fulton doesn't have a whole lot of shield. Helix Snake coming back on the Bastion, but Casual OpSec coming out with Transcendence, and it's not looking too great for the side of Game of Thrones onto this attack. Darius Fulton taking out Alatrin, the tire comes out from Ludacris and gets Casual OpSec and Carefree Llama. This one turning around for the side of Game of Thrones, and now we have Loch Ness spinning away, but getting shattered by Darius Fulton's Reinhardt. And it looks like this is going pretty good for Game of Thrones, but it's not over yet. And we're going to have Casual OpSec and Alatrin and Helix Snake, along with Carefree Llama, all coming in to try to recontest. Carefree and Helix Snake getting 1 each. Ludacris demecking and getting Casual OpSec. Ludacris holding on to this point, trying to kill Loch Ness, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it with that shield coming out. And we have the pocket from Trippy Ninja coming out on the Ludacris, but going to get taken out by Carefree Llama. And this is looking like a pretty good hold from the side of Gebaited. Widow, take it away.
Honestly, okay, so Gebaited was really smart with coming back in with the right things. Game of Thrones wanted to wait until that Bastion was down to push in, which was super duper smart on their part. They waited until Ludacris, until Kagura got to pick onto the Bastion and then began to push. And that gave them a full tick, and that was really smart. They played that very intelligently, I gotta hand that. But then when they started coming in with the different counters and everything, started coming in with that Reaper, they started coming in with things like that. So they were able to kind of retake that point at that point.
Helix Snake going back onto the Bastion off of that Reaper. Ludacris looking for a tire and does end up getting my van as Pika throws in the bomb and getting Casual OpSec. Helix Snake taking out Trippy Ninja. The slam comes out from Carefree Llama and only gets down Pika, but doesn't actually take him out. As Darius Fulton charges out Helix Snake, and that's going to be a huge fix for them. Pika getting Loch Ness, and Carefree Llama going for the charge and ended up grabbing Darius Fulton. Kagura taking out the Reinhardt on the side of Gebaited. And Kagura with the big justice, but only gets the 1 onto Casual OpSec. The Lucio with Pika here on the Diva trying to hold on, trying to do something for the team. Loch Ness swinging away, just spinning to win with Helix Snake coming back in onto that Bastion with Carefree Llamas definitely being that hard shield for him, is trying to melt down that shield from afar to get that Diva Bomb to land, but doesn't quite happen as Helix Snake demecks Pika, and that's going to be big for them, that demech extremely early. What do you think, Widow?
The Bastion's kind of ripping them to shreds a little bit, and then Carefree Llama's doing a great job on Ryan, to be honest. Really kind of pushing them back. Darius Fulton pulls in and immediately punishes them, getting really good pins in. So it's really going to be a matter of kind of fighting them on this. And then also Loch Ness is fun to win multiple times. You can kind of recontest this point.
Kagura picked off Helix Snake extremely early, and that's their sign to push in as Kagura demecks Alatrin. Darius Fulton swinging away on this point. Ludacris picking up Casual OpSec. There is the bomb from Pika and ends up picking off Alatrin, and that's going to be giant for them as Darius Fulton takes out Loch Ness. Helix Snake came back in and got Kagura, and Carefree Llama swinging away on this point, trying to do something. Hit Sway, hit Pika, getting that hammer down on Darius Fulton and Pika both as Trippy Ninja, or Helix Snake comes in, takes out Kagura mid-air with that Bastion shot, and that's such a nice shot from Trippy, or from Helix Snake. Shatter coming out from Darius Fulton. That's huge, but not followed up on. Loch Ness gets pinned into the wall there. Carefree Llama swinging away on point, and there's another bomb coming out from Pika. Ooh, getting my van. Carefree Llama's getting all the kills that he needs to, and that bomb came out huge. But Pika getting swung away on by Carefree Llama ends up taking out Carefree Llama, and Alice the only other one on point to fight that right now. But now we have Loch Ness and Helix Snake both coming out. Helix Snake switching to that soldier, and that is a good call on the side of Gebaited as they take out that tire and Ludacris both. Very nice swaps, very nice hold, and Gebaited taking away map 2.
Really big picks, really good swaps on the side of Gebaited. Really smart about what they were doing. Even Loch Ness play the game.
Loch Ness play of the game on the Tracer. Gonna look at that double pulse bomb most likely. Ends up getting the stick and taking out Pika and Trippy Ninja as the rest of the team kind of just rolls through that point. Stuck it onto the Reinhardt, it looked like, and Ryan just kept on going in.
Isn't that the worst? Too
It
many
really
times I've been
is.
at Stuck Mercy and flown straight into my whole team.
I've done that before, and it's not a good time.
It is absolutely not a good time. Getting someone on the enemy team play the game because you make a stupid mistake is this. Oh my gosh! I actually have highlights saved of someone waking my sleeping. I slept an ulting nanoed Winston, and my
Oh, no.
tracer woke him up and got him play
No.
the game. And I saved it because I'm just that triggered by it.
Oh no. Could you imagine being able to stick a pulse bomb to your own Reinhardt and having him charge into the whole team?
Ugh.
Could you imagine?
I saw a highlight of a friend of mine showed it to me earlier. It was Lucio. Okay, his enemy Reinhardt pinned Diva's bomb and was pushing it out of the way. Right, was gonna go sacrifice himself to get this bomb out, but Lucio booped him in a different direction and ended up getting the Diva a 4K because he booped him into their team. It was
Absolutely
the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I was just like, someone get this on a YouTube Reddit. I don't know. It needs to belong. It needs to be immortalized. It was hilarious. It was the greatest thing.
All right. Well, that will bring us to halftime. Game of Thrones and Gebaited 1-1, correct?
Yeah, 1-1.
Yep, 1-1 going into halftime. This is our silver division. Show some love for the players. Show some love for whoever you really feel like. And we will be back in about 5 minutes after this video.
Heck yeah.
And welcome back. I had a wonderful little, halftime, grabbed a little drink, chatted some up, How is yours, Dink, Widow?
Fantastic. I saw
I don't know.
great.
I watched the video that Alex made. I really like it, especially that fat chatter at the end.
It's pretty funny.
I want to make a gag video for us of all like our mistakes and like silly things we do. I think that'd be really funny. I think we should do that. Elfie, get on it. We want a gag video.
Comedy montage. Let's go.
Yes, let's go.
All right. Well, we have Game of Thrones and Gebaited with our Silver Division 1-1 going into our Assault/Escort map on Eichenwald. Widow, go ahead and take it away with any statistics you got for us.
Walt. Eichenwald, they both have 100% win rate, so it's really just anyone's game. See what happens here. Now, Gebaited does have a 75% win rate on all hybrids. So they are kind of really good at hybrids. They excel in that map type. Whereas Game of Thrones has a 50% win rate. So we will see what happens here.
Obviously, the statistics will be a little bit more accurate once we get more games from everybody that we get put into these statistics. So,
absolutely.
But it looks like we have Darius Fulton and Pika maybe running that Ryan Zarya again. That's what they've been running most of the night, if not all night so far. Ludicrous may be coming back out on that May again, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it. Trippy Ninja and Sway currently on the Lucio and Moira, and Kagura doesn't have anything locked in currently. But we have Helix Snake looking maybe to come out on that Doomfist, and I like seeing that because his Doomfist is pretty fun to watch. And we do have Kagura coming out on the McCree for the side of Game of Thrones, so they're going to be on the defense this first point, this first round, whatever you want to call it. And then we have Gebaited on the attack with Jaeger coming in, subbing in for us this game on the Soldier. And then we have the tank duo of Alatrin and Carefree Llama on the Winston Diva. I like Alatrin's Diva. She's been getting some pretty good bomb placements tonight, and they've been working out really well, just all around putting her on that Diva instead of that Mercy.
I agree. I see myself in Alatrin. I was my team's support for a long time, and then I swapped to off tank, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm home. So she plays both really well, so I gotta give it to her. She's a nice flex that way.
She really does, and flexing is a huge thing. Helix Snake coming down from the high ropes, but doesn't end up landing anything with the seismic slam. Uppercutting Pika, but getting taken out extremely early by Kagura as Ludicrous runs into this left side room and is gonna freeze everybody in there. Oh, it's kind of hard to commentate in this little side room, isn't it? Darius Fulton running in to swing away, but instantly backing out as he realized there was a lot of damage in there. And now it looks like Gebaited is going to go through, start to try to poke through that main choke, but not going to do it because of losing Helix Snake so early in that fight. Helix Snake switching over to the Ashe now, and that Bob could be a major game changer. Darius Fulton getting the burn hit on him, but being immediately healed up by his team, so it's not going to do a whole lot. Alatrin and Carefree Llama starting to push in here, and Darius Fulton going out for the charge and trying to take out Helix Snake, but it doesn't end up hitting it. Now swinging away into the four squishies of the side of Gebaited. Darius Fulton taking Alatrin's Sway, getting casual obstack, but Carefree Llama moving to the point and ended up getting taken out by Kagura with the headshot. Pika trying to get aggressive and get the staggers, but Kagura ends up getting by Van and Jaeger on that stagger. So that's going to be a clean hold from the side of Game of Thrones. Widow, go ahead and take it away.
Gebaited's going to want to swap off dive. They did swap off dive now. But if you look at the side of Game of Thrones, you want to run dive when there's things like an Anno, or a Zenyatta, or a Widow on the enemy team. Something you can dive. There's nothing you really can dive on the side of Game of Thrones.
Double beats, and that double coalescence as well, coming out from both teams. The Shatter coming out from Darius Fulton ends up hitting a lot of people with that Fire Strike, and he's going to go on and push on in with his team right after he takes out Carefree Llama, but maybe not so fast as Helix Snake throws out the Bob. Bob getting charged all the way to the back line, but that's not a good spot for Bob. Helix Snake taking out Darius Fulton, and that's going to be a clean take from the side of Gebaited with Pika, the only one alive, but not sure what Pika's doing. May just want to jump off at this point. Looks like Gebaited is going to get that stagger on him. Playing around with him just a little bit. Ludicrous coming in along with Sway and Kagura, trying to get a little bit of percentage, trying to stop this altogether. Darius Fulton coming in, getting that swing away onto everybody, maybe taking out Casual Upsec, and there it is, as Alatrin, Jaeger, and Helix Snake are the last 3 alive from the side of Gebaited. Never mind, there's Get In My Van inside there, Helix Snake and Get In My Van taking out the last 2 of Game of Throws. Gebaited with a very clean take after that recontest. What do you think, Widow?
Absolutely. I think Helix is doing a lot of work as Ashe. I play her a lot. I have an entire account dedicated to her. And Ashe is really great at breaking hard holds. That Dynamite gets in and does a lot of damage to anyone behind the shield if you get it landed right. And then she's also a sniper. She can just snipe in and pop you. So they took out Kagura, and that was the main DPS on the side of Game of Thrones. So as soon as Kagura was down, there's nothing left.
The Helix Snake tweaking over to the Bastion now, getting to Ludicrous and Kagura, but Darius Fulton ends up fire striking Helix Snake off of that payload and pushing in extremely strong. Darius Fulton going for the pin, hitting Carefree Llama with it, and now going to have to back up just a little bit, but getting the huge slam onto Alatrin and Carefree Llama. That's both their tanks. They may not go down off of that, with the slam coming back in from Carefree Llama, knocking down Pika, and I think Sway on that one. Oh no, it was Trippy Ninja, as Darius Fulton's just kind of running into this team, as Sway is right behind him. Not getting a whole lot of healing from Sway though, unfortunately, as Sway is now the last one onto that payload, and it looked like they may have just been trying to stall it out, get some ult charge, you know, probably the right call.
It definitely looked like a dry push. It wasn't looking like they were really just trying to win the fight so much as kind of get some ult charge in, which is smart. It's a really smart thing to do when you have a big long push like this. Like Gamal, this is a very long point too. So it really is smart to make a clean push or two. Look, Kagura just took out Jaeger, so it's going to be a little harder.
Kagura taking out Jaeger extremely early, so now Kagura, Ludicrous, and Sway on that high ground, but Helix Snake immediately melting Kagura as he goes for the high noon, and Helix Snake is going to be free to push here as they take out Darius Fulton and Pika. Carefree Llama landing a really nice charge right there, and Trippy Ninja going to be the only one jumping around that point, maybe getting the boobs, does end up getting 2 people with 1, and Carefree Llama taking out Trippy Ninja finally, but not able to, Game of Throws, not able to do a whole lot there once they got to the bridge. What do you think, Widow?
They're really playing kind of smart with what they are. Ooh, that's a big tire.
Ooh.
The tanks were kind of playing aggressively, which is weird seeing Orisa play aggressively, even with a conflict pirate chip. Which it was actually making a lot of space and allowing Helix just kind of set up on that payload and do what he wants. And those big moves from Casual, it was really just a matter of really smart kills and like really good order. But they are going to reset. They just might have a problem getting that Bastion reset up.
We did see the huge tire just come out from Ludicrous, taking out 2 and the Bongo there, which kind of shut down the push. Now Helix Snake looking to go in with the tank formation, getting the heal between the shots, which is just fantastic game sense from him, knowing what he needs to do, taking out Trippy Ninja and Ludicrous both, with Kagura getting the kill onto Jaeger, and Carefree Llama just swinging away onto Darius Fulton. Darius Fulton getting the pin, but doesn't quite kill Alatrin. That's a big tank and a lot of health to get down, and Helix Snake taking out 2, and there is 3, and that might be play of the game right there, if it's not Ludicrous's tire. Ludicrous coming in trying to recontest, but there's 2 shields in his face, and it's not going to be there's not a whole lot he can do onto that one, and Helix Snake sitting back extremely far, and I think that's the right call here. Pika coming in onto that, Hamster, trying to stall the point here. Kagura taking out Helix Snake, and all of Game of Throws is sitting in that shield, just doing whatever they feel like. Kagura taking out 2, getting my van, taking out 1 with the Coalescence, and now the counter Coalescence popped out for Game of Throws as they are pushing extremely aggressive. Pika taking out 2 there, and that's going to be huge, and that's going to finish up that push. Let's see if they can get the staggers. They may be able to get it on Jaeger. He gets caught on the wall, but not able to pull it off. Game of Throws with an extremely strong hold. Widowfaker, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, again, really smart strongholds and everything. They were starting to Gebaited was starting to get picks onto the side of Game of Thrones, but the Game of Thrones took out that Bastion. Once that Bastion was down, they were able to kind of collapse in on them and make more space and do what they needed to. So once that happened, they were able to just kind of reclaim that point, but they've been doing really well, so we'll see if they can push it all the way. I have a feeling they're going to.
Helix Snake with a huge 2 picks extremely early on to Pika and Ludicrous, coming out with that tank formation. Ooh, but does get shattered, and that's a huge shatter. Carefree Llama the only one hanging out alive now, but Carefree Llama taking out 2, Helix Snake taking out 2 more, and that not quite a team kill because the kills didn't come out fast enough, but now Pika coming in with the slam, trying to take out Helix Snake, and there is Helix Snake dead from Ludicrous. Carefree Llama getting Ludicrous, and this is a lot of people on the point for the side of Gebaited, but most of the team coming in. That's huge. Shatter getting all 3, but there's the dragons coming out for Kagura, and those dragons are going to zone everybody out for just a second as Carefree Llama is now coming back in. The Coalescence from getting my van. Carefree Llama to swinging away, doing everything that he can. Kagura gets 1 from the spawn, 1 in spawn. Ludicrous getting the double tire on Jaeger, and Pika getting the mind kill with Sway coming out with Coalescence as Bob is the only one left to do anything about that push. Widow, what did you see there?
Junkrat is coming in clutch. Junkrat is a really great counter to Bastion. He's able to just kind of lob bombs at him and jump around like a cuckoo. And he's really doing that, and it really sucks that that dragon got Helix all the way from spawn, but it actually did a lot more than you think. That's, you know, denying him the ability to get back in and help his team.
No kidding, and Ludicrous doing just exactly as Widowfaker said as he picks up a double kill right at the beginning, and that was a really fast hold from the side of Game of Thrones with Darius Fulton getting 2 and then 3, coming out with the shattering, getting my van, and the Lucio from Trippy Ninja, which was a big part of that final hold, because if he doesn't shatter the Lucio, he may be able to get there.
Yeah.
But
So, one of the things about running a Bastion when you have so little to push and your spawn is so far away and their spawn is right there, when you're so close to enemy spawn, you kind of don't want to run a Bastion to come back because the Bastion isn't going to be able to get back and set up before the picks are taken on the enemy team for the part. You want to swap to something else. So although his Bastion was super effective for the most part, as soon as he died, he really should have swapped off something because he's not going to be able to reclaim that territory that he's already gotten. That territory now belongs to the enemy team once more. So he probably should have swapped off to the Junkrat way earlier than he did. He kind of played Bastion for a couple more points than he should have. But his Bastion was doing a great job, so I really got to compliment him on that. But I also got to compliment Game of Thrones. They were doing a really smart job. They swapped to the proper Bastion counters they needed, and they were just kind of denying him that space that it needed. And without the hard counter Bastion, the hard carry Bastion, Game of Thrones was really able to reclaim the game. But we'll see if they're able to throw. Because it's Game of Thrones, if they're able to cap in their own time.
definitely agree with everything that you said. That Bastion could have been a really crucial pick, but the Junkrat was working out so much better for them. If they had just swapped a little bit earlier, it could have been pretty crucial for them. Jaeger coming out on that Junkrat now, and Helix Snake on that Widow, but Alitrin coming out on that Zarya instead of the Diva this time around with Carefree Llama still on that Reinhardt. Then we see Casual OpSec switching over to the Ana, which I really like to see on the defense especially.
I'm just a little concerned about the lack of defensive ult, but we'll see what happens.
Definitely understand that. And we see Kagura coming out with a Roadhog, so that could be pretty huge. With Darius holding, getting the huge Fire Strike on Casual OpSec extremely early, and that may just be their point to push in right there. Jaeger trying to get a little bit of damage, but Pika getting the dash onto Jaeger and getting that dash reset and getting out. Alitrin taking out Darius Fulton. And this is looking like its push could go either way. Carefree Llama standing on this point, swinging away, but not able to hit a whole lot as there's nobody in his range. Alitrin. Oh, Helix Snake just popped off! Helix Snake just got 3 kills from that choke point, and Casual OpSec comes back in and takes out Trippy Ninja. Helix, what are you doing?
Relax!
What are you doing, man?
Helix kind of concerned me because I saw him kind of leaving point and hiding behind and letting them get that first pick. I was like, Helix, dude, what are you doing? But it worked out. He kind of flanked behind and got to a place they weren't expecting a Widow to be and just won that team fight back 100%. Wow.
Helix Snake getting a 3K there on that last fight. That was huge for them.
Absolutely.
Pika trying to come in around on that back line. He's going to go for the blade and going right for Helix Snake, but not able to pick it off. Oh, it's shattered. And Helix Snake ends up picking him up, but Darius Fulton, the only one inside of that point for the side of Game of Thrones, and doesn't end up doing it as Jaeger gets a double kill and Ludicrous taking out Jaeger. And it looks like Game of Thrones is going to have to pull back here. Kagura, Trippy Ninja, the only 2 left alive out of that push. Now Pika trying to farm back up that blade, see if he can do a little bit more than the last blade. The blade looked like it was going to be huge, but that shatter. And Helix Snake getting the pick extremely early on to Trippy Ninja, just kind of popped out from behind that shield for just a second, and Helix Snake is capitalizing on that huge. And there's the Graviton Coalescence coming out, and max range Coalescence is going to be a lot of damage coming into that Graviton, but there's the Coalescence coming out from Sway as well, right after the purple ends, and Helix Snake, there's 2. Carefree Llama getting 1 and getting nanoed at the same time. Ludicrous with the tire, but not able to do anything. Carefree Llama with that nano boost damage mitigation. And Ludicrous is going to pick up Casual OPSEC, though, before he needs to get out. I think that's a really good pick from him. Widow, take it away.
Helix is really just doing an amazing job getting the perfect picks when he needs to get them. He picked off both those tanks. That was a big shadow. It probably would have been a team fight loss for the side of Gebaited, but Helix was like, nope, I'm going to get some good picks. He needs to show them that he's more than a Bastion one trick. He's doing a really good job, and I really got to hand to him. He's playing every DPS he needs to play really well.
There's one on the point. It is Ludicrous on that Junkrat. He's trying to mine around and find Helix Snake, so Helix Snake can't get those snipes on. But he picks him off. Helix Snake gets Ludicrous in the backline. Alatrin coming in, taking out Darius Fulton. Gebaited is looking pretty good on this push. And Sway fighting point. Pika coming back in and not able to do a whole lot, but Kagura getting my van as Carefree Llama is fighting on Kagura right after he got slept. AB taking out Pika. There's Pika down. There's Kagura down, both from Carefree Llama after the Shatter came out. And Darius Fulton coming back to fight it with 36 seconds left. Darius Fulton and Trippy Ninja, you almost just wonder if they have to get out at this point. The bubble coming in on Carefree Llama, and Darius Fulton is still fighting this, but getting taken out by Helix Snake. And there's another one from Helix Snake. Trippy Ninja is now trying to get away, but almost doesn't get away because of Jaeger. Jaeger's Junkrat is playing extremely well with Trippy Ninja's Widow. What do you think?
With Helix, but yeah, absolutely. They're just doing such a smart job with everything they're doing. Helix is getting these huge picks, but this is big on the side of Kagura on this.
And Kagura goes big, taking out 2 and the tire, then getting my van. The Shatter comes out from Darius Fulton, and it looks like this is going to be a Game of Thrones overtake in overtime. And we're going to be moving on into our second phase of this map as they try to push onto the castle. Helix Snake is going to be looking to get these big picks here up on top of that castle. Maybe getting Trippy Ninja. Gets one hit on it, but gets hooked down by Kagura, and that's going to be a huge pick coming out from the side of Game of Thrones as Pika takes out Jaeger as well.
One of the things as Widow is, yeah, you want to get good sightlines, but you also want to kind of protect yourself. If he was standing right now in the open, really paying attention to one thing, he was kind of tunnel visioning. If you played a little bit more passive, kind of, you know, scoped him, pulled away, scoped him, pulled away, would have kind of seen that Roadhog a little earlier. That's going to be a big stagger.
But Helix Snake coming back, still on that Widowmaker now in the back of his team. He's been in some weird spots tonight, and I like that he's been taking advantage of the weird spots because they're not exactly 100% sure what to expect, but taking out Pika extremely early with the headshot, and that's going to be a lot of damage gone for Game of Thrones, taking out that far that early. Now the sight's coming out from Helix Snake as well. Kagura taking out Jaeger. There's the tire, but gets taken out immediately by Helix Snake. Alatrin taking out Ludicrous, and Carefree Llama's just standing on that point all alone. They're not really doing a whole lot to him, with Alatrin finally coming to back him up, and Darius Fulton getting the big slam, taking out the Coalescence and pinning down Casual OPSEC. Okay, I thought he had Alatrin in his hands, but Sway ended up finishing off Alatrin with the Coalescence, so that allowed him to grab Casual OPSEC, and now Carefree Llama's getting beat up here as Jaeger's standing across the bridge, just trying to rain some bombs across, but not able to do a whole lot. Helix Snake getting the huge pick on Pika and Sway, both just huge plays coming out from Helix Snake as Kagura gets my van with the hook, and Kagura getting slept right there and maybe going to fall, but not quite. Oh, he does. Falls to Helix Snake again. I feel like I'm saying that name a little bit too much tonight. Carefree Llama coming in, trying to do some damage, getting charged back onto that point, trying to get Darius Fulton, but getting the Shatter onto Trippy Ninja, and that's going to confirm that kill onto Trippy Ninja from Jaeger as Darius Fulton tries to get the slam, but doesn't get anything with it. Helix Snake taking out Pika and Darius Fulton as Alatrin comes back in to contest Helix Snake as well. Jaeger getting the nano boost from Casual OPSEC and taking out Sway, and just Ludicrous left along with Kagura, and Kagura is going to pop that whole hog and try to do something here, and Kagura getting Alatrin and hooks Helix Snake right before that, but I missed it. Kagura getting beat up now by Carefree Llama. Ludicrous getting pushed out, and Carefree Llama is in no man's land. Darius Fulton going to be looking to push this all the way through, and getting my van getting taken out, and Carefree Llama booped back, but contested at 0.01 meters as Carefree Llama tries to back out, but Pika takes him out anyway.
Oh no.
Ooh, the grab. What happened there? Alex?
I don't know if maybe she was paying attention to the fact that they were going to cast. I was hoping maybe just pause it, but that's okay. We've all done that. Game of Thrones is probably going to want to run better Widow counters. They kind of played Widow anti-counters, like a Pharaoh power into a Widow, especially a Widow like Helix that gets such good picks and really knows how to aim and everything. You're not going to want to Pharah into that. Even the Reaper teleports anywhere, that's an easy headshot. They're going to want to run things like, you know, like Genji and stuff like that. Or something.
Healing Snake switching over to the Soldier now with Pika coming in with the Rocket Barrage. And Ludicrous coming down with the big Blossom. Getting my Van and Carefree Llama both. As Pika coming in to try to rain some damage. Kagura picking off one, Darius Fulton and Sway both getting one respectively, and then Alatrin's the only one left on point, and it looks like Game of Thrones may just push it all the way to the end here with the team kill, and that's going to be map 3 going to Game of Thrones. And Gebaited was looking so good, Helix Snake just popping off that whole game. Widow, what do you think went wrong?
Honestly, that oof of a grav. That oof of a grav would have been huge. If that grav had come out at that last point and there would have been team there to follow up on it, it would have been gigantic, but unfortunately, it wasn't there. It was already used, and that's so sad to say and so sad to hear because it would have, you know, we've all done that. I've done 2 things with gravs, it's happened. It's a little biggie, no big deal, but that would have been huge. But they were both playing so amazingly. They really genuinely were. It was just little tiny things here and there.
It looked like it may have been a communication between Alatrin and Carefree Llama. Carefree Llama was still on the point as Alatrin was coming out, but it looked like Carefree decided to back up and save his own life and not fully contest to that point. And I feel like he decided to back up at the same time Alatrin was going to grab. So him pulling out and Alatrin going into grab, yeah, you pull everybody onto that point, but your main tank isn't there to capitalize on that damage, which was just really unfortunate.
Anyway, it was already capped.
But if Carefree Llama could have stayed on that point, they would have still had it at 0.01. Because it did stop.
Capped, the door was open. It was already capped. She grabbed
really
after it got
unfortunate.
capped.
Well, yeah, but
done.
no. I mean, like when Carefree Llama pulled off the cart, they were at 0.01. He did retest, so if he would have stayed on there maybe just a little bit longer, that grav may have been able to save it.
Oh, right.
But either way, I believe that Carefree Llama valuing his own life over the over that 0.01 meters was probably the right call there. Just a little bit of communication.
It definitely was. It was probably definitely what you're saying, the communication error. But either way, as soon as you hear, you know, stop the payload or the payload has reached its destination, that's the sort of things you want to listen to. That's why, like, people who like play when they listen to music or keep the music in game turned on, like, I turn both of those off. I'm listening to nothing but the people around me. I have in-game sounds turned all the way up because it's the sort of things you want to hear, and if you don't hear those, you're not paying attention to them, you're kind of playing the game halfway. But again, we've all thrown ults, we've all pressed Q and been like, crap. I actually posted a meme about it in Lounge. That dog's face when you press Q and do nothing for your team, and you just smile shyly and be like, you still love me, right? We've all done it.
It was fantastic.
We've all done it. You know, I've nanoed a Lucio. I've grabbed a single person to be petty. You know, so like, it's definitely happened. We've all done it. I diva bombed a sleeping Reaper for no reason.
I saw that. That was fantastic.
So we've all done it, and it's something to feel bad about, you know? Again, these scrims are a learning experience. They're a way to kind of figure things out and get coaching and have someone point out your, like, mistakes so you avoid them again. But it was no big deal. It was still a very close game. Nothing to be ashamed of. That wasn't like it was we didn't even take first point and you capped 3 points. You know, it wasn't like that. It was very, very close, and both teams should really be proud of the way they were playing tonight. It's really phenomenal.
For sure, I definitely agree with that. With Game of Thrones taking away that last map, that puts them up 2-1 against Gebaited. Start thinking about your players of the matches. This one is gonna be pretty hard. This one's gonna be pretty hard, but I made no mind as well.
I'm between two.
But we still have one more map here, and we're gonna be going in Route 66 for Escort tonight, and we may see a map 5. It's a possibility, so there might be 2 more maps. With the way that these teams are playing, it could be very well a map 5.
They are not giving they're just not giving each other easy fights. They're making sure that if you're gonna win, you're gonna feel it. It's gonna hurt. You're gonna cry a little bit. You're gonna watch your friends die in battle, but you'll get the win.
As long as you get the win, that's what matters.
All right, Reinhardt, relax now.
All right, so Widow, you got anything for us on this map and Escort as a whole?
Let's see. Okay, so Escort maps on Route 66. Gebaited has a 0% win rate on this map, and Game of Thrones has a 100% win rate on this map. So does that mean Gebaited is going to get rolled? Not necessarily. They also have a 70% win rate on Escorts in general, whereas Game of Thrones has a 75% win rate. So they are kind of balanced on how often they win these. But we'll see what happens. It really could still go either way. Both teams are just playing so well tonight that it's unfair to kind of say, oh, well, this team's going to win over this one based on the statistic. You know, they're both playing, like, they're super coordinated, they're doing smart things, and they're just getting big picks, so it's really anyone's game. I'm kind of hoping for a map 5, to be honest.
I am as well, and Widow, I do want to ask you a quick question. What do you feel about how do you feel about holding big Earls? I'm honestly not a huge fan of it.
So
I think
big Earls is fine. You can hold big Earls, but as soon as the enemy team is at that deadlock gorge sign, you need to be in front of them. They cannot pass the go away if you're not on the ground. If you are holding there, you need to drop at the right time. It's like holding high ground anywhere. You need to know when to drop down. So if you drop down correctly, you're fine. But
Felix or Jaeger picking out Kagura extremely early with Kagura on that Widow, probably going to try to do exactly what Helix Snake was doing last round, but Darius Fulton's purple, but ends up getting Alatran and the D-Mech, but it didn't really matter because Alatran died before the mech did. Ludicrous, the only one on the ground right now as Fika drops down for Game of Thrones, and there's the whole team of Game of Thrones now coming down as Fika takes out Carefree Llama and Casual Obstac taking out Darius Fulton. Darius Fulton falling there is huge, Trippy Ninja and Pika both picking it up, and it looks like this is going to be a solid hold for the side of Game of Thrones with Casual Obstac falling. Jaeger, Alatran, and Getting My Van all left but alive, but Alatran getting D-Magged by Pika, and that's not a good look for the Diva.
absolutely not, but we also have the Helix Widow back. So we'll see if he's able to get those big picks in and really break them up.
I'm assuming he picked that back up because of Kagura playing the Widowmaker, so
probably, yeah.
I feel like we're going to see a little bit of a battle.
It's really good for handling a Mei. Mei can't freeze you from far away, but you can headshot a Mei.
But she can't ice block after she's dead from a headshot. And there's two from Helix Snake immediately getting Kagura and Tripping Ninja as Jaeger picks off Sway, and there's the wall coming out from Ludicrous, just trying to stall it out a little bit, but not able to do a whole lot as there's still another gap on the other side. And the Nano coming out on a Carefree Llama as Alatran takes out Darius Fulton. Pika alone in the back line as Ludicrous trying to stall on point, but probably not able to do a whole lot there as the purple comes down and Carefree Llama taking both of them out as Gebaited just pushes this for free now with Game of Thrones coming back in with 2 minutes left. Go ahead, Widow.
Those big picks from Helix, those big picks, huge. It was a Kaguro's Widow, which there was no more, you didn't have any room to work with. There was no more space. So they were able to push in and play a little bit more aggressively without that fear of the Widow. And then the pick onto the Lucio. So they were really smart about getting those big picks in the beginning, and it just kind of made the team fight, you know, a 4v6, obviously.
Gebaited getting extremely aggressive there with Alatran taking out two extremely quick, and then both Earth Shatters coming out from both teams, Carefree Llama and Darius Fulton respectively, as Alatran is on the gas station now trying to fight off Ludicrous, trying to get that big stagger, and Helix Snake does it. Helix Snake getting Trippy Ninja as well, and Helix Snake is still just popping off this game, doing exactly what he needs to on that Widowmaker. Alatran getting a little bit aggressive, trying to get some damage onto that shield, do some damage to the players, farm up that ultimate. Casual Obstac sitting back on that payload, doing on a thing, you know, just living, pushing that payload along, and Alatran getting the bomb kill onto Darius Fulton. Perfectly placed bomb, and there's Ludicrous and Trippy Ninja both coming back. Let's see if Helix Snake can take them both out again as Kagura comes back out on that Tracer, and Carefree Llama taking out Ludicrous as Kagura gets slept, and Helix Snake not able to land that headshot on that sleeping Tracer, which is really unfortunate, but Tracer's not going to be able to get up to him, which is probably why they ended up picking it up. Kagura on that Tracer still just trying to be annoying and getting slept again, but immediately woke up. Now getting the recall, Kagura trying to go for a 1v4, and it may or may not work. No, Carefree Llama putting the hammer right to Kagura's face and is able to shut that down real quick. Game of Thrones now coming back in with Gebaited getting extremely aggressive. What do you want to see on this final push after that huge fire strike that just happened? Carefree Llama.
They want to run something to help out. They're not. They want to put like swap onto like a diva, for instance. A diva would be big. A diva could dive onto the Ana from the back. A diva could dive onto Helix. They're not doing that though. They're just kind of playing the same comp over and over. And I get it, Pika does have ult, but you know, swap one of your DPS to a diva for the time being. That's totally fine. They're also running the Mei for too long. The Mei's not gonna help out anymore. Obsessed with Helix. Mei denies so much. And she doesn't do it when there's a sniper in the midst.
Ludicrous not able to get anything with that Blizzard, but now is going to go to stall payload, try to take out Casual OPSEC, and that's really the biggest thing now is trying to get that payload stopped. Is Carefree Llama coming back to help out team. He was playing extremely aggressive just a second ago, and the sights comes out from Jaeger, but probably going to take out, getting taken out by Darius Fulton, pinned onto that ice wall, and Carefree Llama is going to fall here as well pretty soon. Going down to Pika as Alatrin maybe getting demeched, looking, and Pika demecking Alatrin against that Mei wall again. Those Mei walls were crucial in that fight specifically as, oh, sorry, Pika didn't get the demech, Sway did. Helix Stink, one up here.
Doing Helix things, you know?
Exactly.
But,
getting found out by Kagura.
yeah, I kind of want to see if there's a statistic for how many ults Darius has shut down with Earth Shatters this game. Because I feel like he's shut down like 4 different Genji plays, a soldier ult now. I feel like someone needs to get those numbers and get back to me, because I feel like there should be like an award. Most shatters shutting down ult. Darius would definitely get it.
The Graviton Surge coming out, Kagura getting the huge double bomb onto getting my Vanna Casual OPSEC, but Pika trying to spin around and get something done onto Alatrin. They end up demecking Alatrin and Kagura finishing off Alatrin on that diva, and that was not a whole lot of progress made, but possibly just a dry run to try to get some ultimates built up. Try to bait out some ultimates, and they did get the Graviton Surge and the Pulse Bomb out of the side of Game of Thrones, so this could be pretty big for them.
I really kind of want to see them swap on to GoTs. I think GoTs would be huge for them right now. They would kind of be able to get in and just do what they need, do what they want, and really push in and really not get eaten up by GoTs. Also, Helix could. Ooh, look where Helix is. Helix is in the back, just doing what he wants. Just chilling in the back, making pigs, big Widow flank. But yeah, no, Gebaited's running goals here would be huge. There would be nothing to contest to be able to just kind of push in. That triple tank would really stop Ludicrous from doing much. If they were playing it smart, they'd have to get the pick first. Or go to the Widow. Go to the Widow. Really big here. That's the big shatter.
That's a huge shatter, and getting the nano as well, but the Mei wall's in the way. If he would just jump over that right side, but there's the Diva Bomb coming out, and Darius Fulton blocking it right after he picked off Jaeger with that charge. And now they're all inside the freeze. As Carefree Llama and Alatrin are both frozen. Casual OPSEC can get in my van, trying to keep all the healing on him. There's the Graviton Surge coming out from Pika, and that's a huge grab, getting both tanks and Casual OPSEC, but Casual OPSEC gets out free. Darius Fulton getting 2 and the DMAC, and Darius Fulton is doing extremely well on this defense right now, playing really aggressive when he needs to and knows when to back off. Pika getting 2 as well, and Sway picking off Alatrin with the damage orb. Widow, go ahead and take it away.
A lot of ults committed there. Like, yes, they did win, but they still have a full pick, push left, and they did commit every sort of, you know, staggering ult they had to one fight. They did Earth Shatter, they did Mei ult, they did Grab, you know. So they kind of don't really have anything on the sense of stopping the team if they make a big, huge push. But may not need it. That big pick onto Zenyatta early on was huge.
Helix Stink switching over to the Mei now, which may or may not be a huge play here. Walling off Darius Fulton, but not able to capitalize. Carefree Llama getting onto this payload and swinging away. Ludicrous getting in my van on the Mercy extremely early as Darius Fulton takes out Carefree Llama and just swinging away, getting that huge shatter onto Helix Stink and the Diva, or the Zarya, both. And getting both of them, that's going to be the end of round 1 for these teams. As we're moving into round 2, we are going to see the side of Game of Thrones attacking. Widow, what do you think Game of Thrones is going to do here?
I think they probably should have come in with a Brigade at the end there. A Brigade would have really been able to help kind of bash in their DPS. But they did push very far, and they, you know, they're a very good team at defense. But we'll see how it goes. I think everyone was playing really well. It was just a matter of maybe you needed to swap to different things. They were playing the characters they were on well, but they weren't necessarily the right picks. The Widow was working for a little bit. Third point, Widow is kind of... There's a lot of places that you can hide and avoid her. And especially with them in close quarters, you kind of... Once your team is in close quarters and that Mei is pushing up, there's nowhere for a Widow to go where she can get good picks and not be in the Mei's face. Especially with that Tracer now being able to get up on every single piece of high ground. Widow on like first and second point is great because there's places that a Widow can get that a Tracer can't. But third point, Tracer can get everywhere a Widow can get. So it's probably should have swapped off the Widow a little earlier, but was doing great the first 2 points. But we'll see how they hold. Are they going to hold big girls? Looks like they will.
So my question for you, bringing out the Brigida on the end, would you have done it with Helix Snake pulling the Brigida and running 3 supports instead of the Mei at the end? Or would you get rid of one of your supports to run the Brigida?
After that grab was taken, they didn't need the Zen anymore. Zen had used trans, it was time to swap. The grab, there was nothing to trans, there was nothing left. I should have swapped off Zen and right to Brigida. 100%. I also don't remember if they were running an Ana. They were running an Ana. I don't know if they swapped Moira, but a Moira probably would have been huge there just to help with those burst heals. You wouldn't have had the sleeps or anything, but we do have pharmacy on the side of Gebaited.
I believe they swapped to a Mercy, and Ludicrous getting picked out extremely early by Helix Snake's move as you just kind of watch him fall in Wraith form. That's definitely unfortunate. Now we have Helix Snake and Jaeger coming in on the pharmacy, and that could be huge for them unless Game of Thrones decides to pull out a Widow. But they do have the Ashe with Kagura on the Ashe there, and Helix Snake is just kind of running the skies. He's been doing extremely well all night. Darius Fulton swinging away, but nothing to hit as there's nothing in range of him. Everybody's on the other side of the payload or up on top of Big Earls as Pika jumps in now, getting charged out and getting killed by Carefree Llama. Finally by that hammer, and Darius Fulton trying to hold that front line, but there's not a whole lot to do. Darius Fulton getting the huge shatter and getting Carefree Llama as Ludicrous picks up 2, getting my van and casual OPSEC. That's going to be about everybody down. Now Alatrin going down, but they didn't have anybody pushing that payload in that time, and that's unfortunate because that was about 10 seconds of time that they could have been pushing that.
Absolutely agreed. One thing I think both teams need to kind of work on is knowing when to throw yourself off the map. Because, for instance, Ali was contesting point for a little bit longer, but she died, and that's the damage they got to do to gain ult charge. But Carefree Llama's Shatter got denied.
Ooh, Carefree Llama getting the nano, but not able to do anything with it as he got shattered by Darius Fulton, and that's another huge one that he shut down tonight. Darius Fulton just running amok inside of this team at Gebaited as he's gonna take out, almost takes out Casual OPSEC, but Sway ends up picking it up, and Helix getting a double on that huge barrage. Gonna try to take out Darius Fulton as well, and now it's Helix Snake and getting my van onto this point, but Helix Snake, Alatrin was there too. Everybody getting taken out for Gebaited, and now it's just Carefree Llama and getting my van onto that point, but it's about time for them to reset, move into phase 2. Darius Fulton picking up Carefree Llama, but it's not really gonna matter here. That's a huge stagger as Ludicrous gets getting my van as well.
Absolutely, these are the sort of things that you want to kind of pay attention to in as a team. Also, Casual's kind of standing in a really bad place for them when they have a sniper on the enemy team. That's really just not a good move at all. These big picks, these big staggers are really going to bite Gebaited in the end, but we have Jaeger onto the Ashe. Well, Jaeger's been on Ashe, but, you know, we're going to see what happens. They are running an Ana into Ashe on Kura, so they're not able to sleep that Bob. But we'll see if they hold.
Helix Snake coming back out onto that Widow, hoping to get something done for his team, and a huge Shatter and Death Blossom coming out. Ludicrous getting 2, and Game of Thrones just cleaning that up extremely fast, where Helix Snake is now the only one and getting Ludicrous extremely quickly, maybe be able to get Kagura as well, hopefully. But it doesn't end up happening. Takes out Helix Snake.
Yeah, so Widow definitely hard counters Ashe if she's far away. Because Ashe doesn't do full damage unless she's close up, and even then, her headshot doesn't kill a Widow. But when you're 1v1 in an Ashe, close quarter, you're gonna lose every single time, because she can just spam shots at you that do 80 damage each. You know, so that's a big shatter.
Huge stun shatter on the Darius Fulton. not able to be followed up on because Trippy Ninja boops him back. And Carefree Llama getting the nano now as Darius Fulton gets the sound barrier, and it's the battle of health pools right now. We're fighting on Carefree Llama, getting Kagura and Sway both. This is looking like a pretty good hold as Jaeger picks up Darius Fulton. They're all fighting onto this payload. Helix Snake taking out Ludacris for that stagger, and Trippy Ninja is the only one that makes it out alive of that fight.
So Casual is on fire because Casual got a gigantic anti onto that shatter. Made it so even though, yeah, it didn't get immediately followed up on, it got followed up on because they could not get healed.
All right, Game of Throws coming in. Darius Fulton's been playing extremely aggressive tonight, and it's working out for them so far as he pins out Carefree Llama, and he kills Carefree Llama, getting Alitrin and Casual OPSEC into that Graviton. But the bomb comes out from Alitrin and ends up picking up Trippy Ninja. That could be a problem. Darius Fulton swinging away onto Casual OPSEC. Casual OPSEC getting taken down by Darius Fulton, but Helix Snake got ludicrous. Alitrin just in the face of Darius Fulton right now, trying to take him out. I apologize. Darius Fulton now pushing back in. Shield's looking a little broken and beaten, but Carefree Llama is holding that point pretty strong as Trippy Ninja tries to get in and boop everyone away. Widow, go ahead and take it away before we may get into this last fight, depending on what things goes.
I just want to point out a few things that I was seeing. Casual's going to want to kind of be careful where he stands as Anna. Anna is able to snipe for a good reason. She can stand far away and do a lot from far away. She's playing very, very aggressive as Anna, which is not always a good move. Now this Bob is going to come in and be big, especially with this shatter. Oh boy.
Bob getting slept but immediately woke up, and that Bob was exactly what Widowfaker said. It was pretty big. Helix Snake now coming back in with the Reaper. Ends up getting taken out. Getting my van is the last one on point there for Gebaited, as it looks like Carefree Llama is trying to come back in with Darius Fulton with the counter charge, and that's gonna be it. Game of Throws taking it away, and I believe that's a 3-1 for Game of Throws, correct?
Yep.
That is a 3-1 with the last map of the night. Darius Fulton on the play of the game, and he's been doing extremely well, especially on this map. We're gonna see what happens here. Getting that shatter up, ends up getting the shatter right after the beat drop happens. Swinging away, taking everything out, finishes it off Alitrin. And tell you what, Darius Fulton playing extremely well tonight.
Look at Pika with gold damage as Zarya. Amazing job. Really good job.
Extremely well done from both teams here tonight. We saw an amazing matchup, and I gotta give both of these teams, this game was really entertaining.
Absolutely.
To watch and to commentate. Just so good. But that will be the last map that we have here tonight, and so let's go ahead and talk about our players of the match. Widow, you want to go ahead and start it off?
I'm gonna have to give mine to Kagura. And it's because Helix has kind of always been the hard carry of the Silver Division. He's always kind of uncontested, he always kind of comes in and does what he wants, and no one ever handles him. Kagura tonight, though, has been giving Helix a run for his money. Just up and down, just, oh, you want to play DPS? Me too, kid. Here, have a shot in the face. Just do a really great job and really stalling points. I almost want to hand Kagura the entire win of Busan. That entire win was almost single-handedly Kagura, just for dancing around on point and jumping around and stalling and getting that extra 20-30% sometimes. Like, huge. Doing a really great job, really carried the game for a lot of this time. Just playing the DPSs they were picking really well, you know, just really smart about when to ult, when not to ult, getting really big ults, getting really good use out of their ults. So yeah, definitely Kagura tonight.
All right, that's a very good pick, and definitely some really good points behind that. Trickster, I'm going to go ahead and throw it to you. Who is your player of the match?
Well, I certainly agree that there was a lot of people today, and Kagura was an amazing player handling Helix. But I think I'm going to give it to Ludacris because I really loved seeing the May plays. Like, it was really fun to see May out there today, as well as some Junkrat from him. But, I just really loved the May plays and the ults and just everything. And the May walls and just, yeah. I'm going to give it to Ludacris.
Trickster coming out a little bit biased on that player of the match as a May player himself.
Hey, hold up. I was an old May player. I don't really play May anymore.
Anyway, Lautrix, are you able to be heard currently. Want to throw out your player of the match here real quick, or you want me to go for it?
Nah, I can. Oh shit, I can throw mine out. So I was I was happy with the way both teams were playing. Helix Snake was playing his traditional DPS, but you know what? I'm gonna go with Widow on this one. Kagura just really, they were both toe to toe, and that's really something that you need. Sometimes, it's not just about the tank play. Sometimes it's not just about the support play. But honestly, having a DPS that can contest, a DPS carry, it's extremely important. Even if you're not always winning the battles, the fact that you can stand toe to toe with someone and then keep them on their back foot, I think was extremely vital to the team's victory. So Kagura gets mine.
Definitely another good choice as well, and not to overshadow Trickster's pick because Ludacris was playing extremely well in the May. That was just more of a little bit of a dig at Trickster. Not you, Ludacris. Love you. Great May play. Fantastic. My player of the match tonight is going to have to go to Darius Fulton. He was playing extremely well on that Reinhardt, being aggressive when he needed to, shielding when he needed to, canceling so many ultimates tonight. Widow Faker mentioned that at one point, but there were so many team fights that seemed to be won just off of a single charge or a single Earth Shatter because those ultimates could have been huge. Darius Fulton, very nice play tonight, getting my player of the match. Do you guys have anything to say before I close it out here with a couple notes?
Follow me on Twitter. I talk shit.
All right.
Yeah, you can follow her. You've also got Dank Monkeys right here at the bottom of the screen. And I'll make sure we have ours up. Please follow us on Twitter. We talk about dumb stuff. We joke around. Widow primarily just talks a lot of nonsense. I think it's funny, so I just hit like on it because I think it's pretty worth it.
I do important stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Hey!
Oh jeez.
Tell my mom that's it. You're done.
You should use that. That video should be a meme. Anyway, yeah, man, I got nothing else. Take it away.
All right, guys. Well, if you like what you see here and you are not part of our Discord, there are player and coach applications down below. Anybody from bronze to diamond can apply to be a player, come play with our teams, come be in our streams, and just have a great time because this community is absolutely fantastic. I've been loving it. Everybody loves it. And then coach applications are limited to masters and grandmasters. We have those down below as well. If you want to come in and coach some of our teams, we're always looking for new players, new coaches. And right now we are 22 people away from our 250 person milestone for this Discord. So we are getting extremely close to that. And I'm loving watching this community grow. It's huge. We are part of a group over on Facebook as well, known as Overwatch Cavalry Club. If you are not part of it, go be part of it because it's great Overwatch content. Fantastic time to be in there. Everybody talking, whatever about Brigade and Nerf and whatever you want to talk about Overwatch, it's there. We did get a sub tonight. I forget who it was. I apologize. Hot Pocket coming in with the sub again tonight. Thank you very much, Hot Pocket. Guys, if you got Twitch Prime subs, throw them our way. We love people. If you are a subscriber, you do get access to our Discord without having to apply to be a player or a coach. So I believe that about wraps it up for us. Am I wrong on that?
Getting in the Discord, you get access to me, and I'm
Oh.
hilarious.
Oh Jesus.
So
Never mind.
jeez.
I'm gonna go ahead.
subscribe if for nothing, subscribe for me.
Anyway,
And I got
just
memes for days.
Just
And
to
I'll put shit
piggyback
around.
off of what Dank Monkey said, yeah, we will be hitting the 250 player milestone. Once we do that, we do have a special giveaway. That Alex has worked really hard to make sure that the community can enjoy. So keep that in mind. Also, schedule is set up downstairs. Thank you, little stressed one for subbing. We really appreciate that. Yeah, check the schedule down below. Don't forget, tomorrow is the gold match. Thanks for the follow, Wheezy. Tomorrow is the gold match, Titans v Void, and then we've got the rest of the schedule down below. Do not forget, we have the All-Star match next week, Saturday. So if there's ever a day that you would like to come in, see what we're about, it's a special day. We've got giveaways. It's for a really good cause. It's to help out the people that were affected by the fires in California. We've got some giveaways, as I've said, and it's really going to be the night that we recognize the players of the community and how much they've grown. People are voting for who they believe the best tank is in particular divisions, so on and so forth. So if you are a player, please go ahead and fill that out. That will be all for me.
All right, guys. It looks like that's gonna wrap it up for us tonight. I've been Dank Monkey.
I am Widow Faker, the best person.
Trickster here.
And I'm Loudrex. Good night, everybody.
Have a good one, guys. See you next time.
See ya.